An important updates coming in from Afghanistan. As we just mentioned a short while back, Taliban's political chief and co-founder Abdul Ghani Baradar has reached Kabul. As per a senior Taliban official, Baradar will be in Kabul to meet leaders and politicians for government formation. This after agencies reported that Taliban will be unveiling a new governing framework for Afghanistan soon. Meanwhile, amid reports of chaos and unrest from Afghanistan, an Indian evacuation flight took off from Kabul with 85 Indians on board just a short while back this morning. US President Joe Biden also issued a fresh statement saying that Kabul airlifts are probably one of the most difficult and largest evacuation operations in history. Let me go across to Maruf Raza, strategic affairs expert. Mr. Raza, if you could just also tell us that what we can in fact see here is that there are a lot of quick updates taking place in terms of the political situation in Afghanistan now. Abdul Ghani Baradar has, of course, reached Kabul. That's going to be important because he's the political chief of the Taliban. There's going to be efforts being made by the Taliban to set up a government soon. And on the other hand, of course, evacuation operations are the major concern for other nations, including India. We have just managed to pull out 85 Indian nationals from there, but those challenges on ground still remain.
The Afghanistan situation, I have said again and again, is dynamic. It's evolving. And there will be developments which will not entirely be as per the predictions of people or as per people's calculations. Because there is a fair amount of chaos that has come to play, particularly in Kabul. It's not just Indians, but it's also many Afghans who are desperate to get out for a variety of reasons. One, many of them were working for American, NATO, and other UN agencies, which are now being hounded by the Taliban despite the Taliban's assurances of amnesty. Two, there are a lot of people who parts of their family are already in India, parts are there in Afghanistan, but they may eventually be given an entry point into India like students and people with medical care, etc. And thirdly, there are those that have been seen in the past to be critical of the Taliban and their earlier regime, and they are informers of the Taliban that are informing them about the tough stand of these people vis-a-vis Taliban and its activities. So they are also being shortlisted. It's almost like the fear of the Nazis after the end of World War II and the kind of airlifts that took place out of various cities that became part of East Berlin and other areas of East Bloc. So there is a fair amount of confusion. There's a fair amount of fear and targeting of people. Women are certainly feeling insecure. India is managing to do evacuation, which is very impressive and creditable. But the fact is that we are getting limited windows for getting our aircraft to land there and pick up people, because there is a scramble, as you know, pictures are showing it, of people wanting to get out. Now, there are also news items that a couple of districts are resisting the Taliban and now standing up to them, and there could be fighting between Taliban and them. The Taliban, because of the bonanza of weapons that has fallen on their hands after the American hasty withdrawal, is now a very strong force, by far, possibly the strongest militant outfit in the world, to my understanding. So they are much better equipped to fight any resistance, whatever assurances Amir Shah Massoud's son is giving from Panjshir or some of the other areas. However, any fighting and counter-offensives could lead to a civil war-like situation. And my fear is that Taliban sponsors, the Pakistanis, had not calculated full-blown civil war emerging after the Taliban's takeover. If their plans are not in place, we could see quite a bit of bloodshed. And the international community, with America in the lead, I don't think has an appetite to get involved again in Afghanistan. Yes, India could push for a UN peacekeeping or a UN logistic support mission. If that were to happen, it may be welcomed, it may be resisted, because please understand, the Taliban sponsors, the Chinese and the Russians, don't want any
Right.
other international elements there. So it's a fairly confusing situation. We have to just wait and watch. It's hard to make a spot-on prediction, except for the fact that the Taliban would be working very closely with the Pakistani military establishment. That is a given. And their funding will come from China.
Right. Maruf there. Thank you so much for joining us with that perspective.